Hello and welcome to Daily Friday Podcast. It is Tuesday, April 28th, and we have another incredible episode for you as always. We covered all the news that's fit to podcast. We're talking about conspiracies around the White House Correspondent dinner, updates on the Vrabel and Russini situation. Somehow this got worse. The new Michael Jackson movie that didn't cover any of Michael Jackson's life. And if Megan Thee Stallion can get cheated on, so can you. Guys, it's an amazing episode. Let's get into it. You are going to love it. It's my sister's birthday.
Oh,
Shout out
happy birthday.
To my sister. Happy birthday, Maddie.
Happy birthday, Maddie.
We're recording this on Monday morning. I'm coming fresh off a golf trip to Myrtle Beach. I did secure a second gig as a wedding saxophone player.
A second
for my
gig?
friend,
Oh my
for your brother's wedding, of course.
Right, of course.
And for my friend, I'm going to play saxophone at his wedding.
That's amazing.
Tentatively confirmed. So that's some breaking news right off the bat. Jack has booked another wedding gig. On the saxophone. I still have only played saxophone 7 or 8 times.
Ever?
This year.
Oh, I was like...
Again, it's a very hard instrument to practice in your apartment.
Yeah.
People don't.
Yeah, they're probably not going to love that.
It's kind of a bad neighbor move. Let's get into our top 5 stories to bring it back to the office today, all right? The first story to bring up, the story that everyone's been talking about all weekend, is the White House Correspondent shooting that ended up with Trump being escorted off the stage along with a lot of his cabinet members. Luckily, everyone's okay. All right, so that's the first thing.
Everyone's okay, yes. There was one Secret Service guard who was shot, but he's released from the hospital since. Everyone's fine.
Good. This immediately became people thinking it was a conspiracy and a staged event.
Yeah.
Like within an hour. Now, so this has been the third major attempt on Trump. I think people are already kind of thinking that the one in Pennsylvania from last summer was staged. Like a lot of MAGA is even saying that as well. And the problem is like with the way the media is now and the way Trump and his administration is, like there's constant like lying and half-truths that you just create this thing where no matter what happens, it feels like a conspiracy. The reason people think it is a conspiracy is to get his new ballroom built, which a lot of his immediate response was like, this is why we need a ballroom. There was like coordinated response on Twitter of like 100 MAGA influencers all basically tweeting the same thing. Like, this is why we need a new ballroom. In theory, because there'd be heightened security at the ballroom, but like he's also had attempts on him at a rally at his home in Mar-a-Lago.
Right.
Like, I mean, if it's a conspiracy to get his White House ballroom approved, like that's completely insane. This is the first one he's attended since he's been president. So
yeah, wow.
That's another reason people are. I don't know. It's kind of like the way the world is, where something like this happens immediately. Even Trump said in an interview with CNN, he was like, normally they wait 2 or 3 months to call things conspiracies. Like this happened overnight. We don't know if it's a conspiracy. Thank God everyone's okay. Mm-hmm. The memes that have been coming out of this have been pretty great. It seemed like people in the moment weren't really taking it seriously. One of the memes that's going viral, a guy just sitting there eating his salad while people are getting escorted out of it. He was interviewed about it, and he said, it didn't scare me at all. I just didn't want to miss the show. I'm a hygiene freak. There's no way I'm putting my tuchus on that dirty floor.
Which is insane. Like, if there is like...
He'd rather get shot than get on the floor.
The floor? I know. I was like, your suit's not
He
even
is a CIA super agent, this guy. So shout out to this gentleman for keeping his cool under fire. There's also been clips of people grabbing the wine bottles from the table as they're getting taken out. You got to get the free wine as you're leaving. The guy got caught before he entered the like main room. So
okay.
Like, people didn't really see what was going on. It's kind of like, all right, we got to get kicked out. And Trump wanted to continue the event, which is crazy as well. The biggest conspiracy that has come out of this is on Twitter. You might not have seen this.
No, I did. I'm always wondering where you find all of these things. This
was all over my Twitter this weekend. So there was an account that tweeted out the words Cole Allen on December 22nd, 2023. That is the name of the shooter. And their header is an image from a piece of art called Time Machine. And sort of if you look at the image strangely, it can kind of look like the photo of Trump from Butler where he's like holding his hand up. The conspiracy is this Twitter account is a time traveler. What really happened is these accounts, they just tweet a billion things and make them private. And then they unprivate the tweet when something big happens. I don't know. It is pretty funny though. I mean, Cole Allen's just a pretty standard name.
Yeah.
They didn't include his middle name. So that's how I know it's not real. Ben Stiller tweeted, got it done. This is about half an hour after the Knicks won the playoff game. He's a very famous Knicks fan. And a lot of the right wing was responding, got what done? Look at this. This is disgusting. The left is celebrating. By the way, so these people thought he was talking about the Trump thing.
Right.
By the way, they didn't get it done if the intent was so like him saying got it done is like got what done? Caught the shooter? Yeah, then they got it done.
Right, yeah.
It was about the Knicks. It's just the state of the world we're in today where everybody has to make everything about them all the time. And it's like, dude is just tweeting about the Knicks.
I know, Ben, I'm sure he's like, what is going on?
Why is my phone blowing up? This is crazy.
I do think we need to see this Dana White video.
The Dana White thing is crazy. Dana White of the shooting.
And they were screaming, get down. I didn't get down. It was fucking awesome. I literally took every minute of it in, and it was a pretty crazy, unique experience.
I would not be reacting like this, which is like crazy.
It's just being like, I took it all in. It was a crazy experience. It's like, this is not like a tailored experience for you. This is not like a
it's not like it's not part of the
roller
show.
Coaster ride. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's fucking crazy, dude. This is the world today. Nothing fucking matters anyways, right? It's all a reality show anyway, so welcome to the reality show. Here's some positive uplifting news. Our second story of the week, we have a double marathon record set this weekend on the men's and the women's side. There's a lot to break into here, but shout out to Sebastian Sawe of Kenya, who won the London Marathon in 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 30 seconds, shattering the previous record by over a minute. That's insane.
That is insane.
There were 3 runners that all broke the world record on the same day. 2 guys were the first people ever to go under 2 hours, which is insane.
Yes.
This is incredible. This is why you need people pushing you at all times. All 3 guys broke the world record.
Yes.
So this dude broke the world record and he got a bronze medal. I mean, the biggest story here, though, is that the winner was wearing an Adidas lightweight shoe. The first 2 people were winning this new Adidas shoe, which is the lightest shoe ever. Also, the woman that set the women's world record was wearing the same shoe. Remember we were talking about jacked by June?
Yes.
Clock is ticking. We have about 6 weeks to get jacked by mid-June. And the way you start your workout process is you need at least a week to like buy expensive workout equipment. So that's place the order today. It'll be there next week.
And then you get started.
And then it's finally time to get started.
Or you could be like the silver medal winner who this is his first marathon that he ever ran.
That's insane.
And he just broke a world record.
How is that possible?
I know, like he's so built different.
This is why you need people pushing you in life, and this is why you need to invest in expensive running shoes that aren't really going to change anything, but it's going to change things for us. Let's talk about another story, our third story of the week that has been taking over the timelines. This really was a story that broke late last week. That just keeps coming back. It doesn't go away. The Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini situation has somehow gotten worse, okay? We need to buy a beer for Diana Rossini's husband this week. Let's start a GoFundMe to support this poor man. So we are now, I would say, week 3 of this Rossini-Vrabel situation. Things came out last week. The biggest thing was a photo of the 2 of them kissing at a bar in March 2020 when we should have been social distancing.
Right, true.
That's what made me the sickest about this.
Yeah.
I was at home watching fucking Tiger King, and you guys were out in
swapping
bars.
Saliva. The worst time they could do it.
Just shoulder touching, smooching it up, which is crazy that this story has been going on they've been hooking up for at least 6 years. There's no way that this is the first time in 2020 that they've ever had a situation like that. So what a lot of people are thinking is the husband was suspicious, hired a private investigator to get these photos. These are not photos that would be taken by a normal person, it feels like.
I just can't believe these were taken 6 years ago and they just didn't come up till now.
Well, this is a smart move. This is a man who understands the media landscape. He held on to these photos. This is a smart move to smoke people out, by the way. You release something, get them to confess and lie in their confession, and then you release the other thing to prove that they're wrong.
He got sweet, sweet revenge. Like
he really did.
He planned that out.
This is one of the craziest tweets. There's a tweet in 2021 from Rossini. This was over 9 months. This is almost a year after this photo was taken, where she said, I keep looking at my 4-day-old son, Michael, trying to figure out who the best Michaels to ever play and coach in the NFL are. She has since come out and said she's named the kid Michael after her dad, but like, you still can't name the kid after the man you're having an affair with.
Yeah, that is rough.
It's like my wife keeps wanting to name, says like she really thinks Wes Wilson would be a good name for our future child.
That's probably nothing to worry about, though. That's different. That's
different. That is crazy. That is crazy. And a lot of things have been being exposed as well. There's additional photos from 2024 of the 2 of them at a casino. Again, canoodling.
This is so
staring
bad.
longingly. It's just really bad. It's just really bad. And it's weird because I feel like a lot of the media is not totally covering this outside of like on Twitter. Because I think they're trying to protect Rossini, protect Vrabel. They're probably protect themselves because they're probably also fucking each other, to be honest. Then in other big news, Mike Vrabel missed day 3 of the draft to seek counseling, which is actually a really big deal. Like, you couldn't go to counseling on Tuesday?
I feel like
why are they doing this on Saturday?
Like the fact that he did this and that she quit her job, it's all very incriminating. Like, even if they were innocent, then it's like, why are you doing this? It doesn't make sense.
Well, they're clearly not
Right.
innocent.
Well,
right?
yes, we just did see the photos.
The new photos are proving that.
Yeah.
At least something was going on. And there's just like so many bad clips going around of Russini talking shit about her husband not being hot and how she parties all the time and how Mike Vrabel's amazing. But the biggest deal here is Russini votes for a lot of the major awards, and including Coach of the Year, which is an award that Vrabel has won twice during the timeline that they were reportedly dating. So, you know, the thing with this story is like, I don't always want to like give people shit for who they hook up with. You know, it is a little different when you're a media member voting on awards that the coach for someone that you're sleeping with, and then that person gets paid more because they're Coach of the Year. Like,
not a good look whatsoever.
The fact that he misses the draft is a huge deal, though.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't just wait till next week to do the count.
That is, yeah, like, why that day?
Maybe they were like, you have to like fully sacrifice. Meanwhile, there was a tweet that like, the Patriots are in constant contact with Vrabel throughout the draft while he's at counseling. It's like, why did you even go? I think there's a world where he does not make it through this, because it depends what he told his players when it originally happened. If he lied to them and then stuff came out.
Yeah, like, what do you think is going to happen
next? Kind of lost
next?
the locker room there. I mean, this happened in the NBA. The coach Ime Udoka, who's now was coaching for the Celtics, now coaching for the Rockets 2 years ago. This was a little different. He basically was banging the owner's wife or the president's wife.
Oh.
And he got caught and he got fired.
Yeah, you can't be
I mean,
the
that's
president,
kind of the boss's
guy who's in
wife
charge of
versus,
your
like,
job.
journalistic standard.
Yeah.
I don't know. This thing has created like a conversation where like some people are saying what Russini did is wrong, but there's a lot of like, you know, male reporters that are getting beers with coaches and getting secrets out of them.
I think getting beers is a little different than having an affair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bad day for journalism. Very sad.
Bad day for journalism. Also, like, as a married man, like, just an affair sounds so stressful and so logistically, like, morality aside, it's just like that. How do you do that?
Honestly, yes. Like peace is completely gone. You're stressed out all the time.
Location is being shared all the time. Like, we have a shared bank account.
Right.
Like,
it cannot be worth it.
I don't know how I would logistically pull that off.
Yeah. Nicole would absolutely catch you. Wow.
But speaking of the draft, let's talk about some more things for our fourth story of the week.
Absolutely.
This was a big NFL draft. Pittsburgh hosted it. They set a record with 805,000 fans showing up over the course of 3 days. They closed their school system for the draft.
Did they actually?
Because I think there were so many people in it.
That's super cool.
That's a great day.
That's like a great day. Yeah,
it's one of the coolest things ever. And you also get to watch the draft at home as a kid. The Jets had the 16th overall pick. They drafted a tight end from Oregon, which was not really the greatest pick ever. You're not really supposed to take a tight end that high.
Oh.
And they drafted a tight end in the first round last year. So every Jets fan was pissed about this pick. At the same time last week, the Knicks lost within a minute. The Knicks lost their playoff game on the last possession. The Jets at the same time drafted a tight end, and the Mets gave up a grand slam to tie the game. They were like winning by 4 runs.
Wow.
So it was a pretty tough minute to be a New York sports fan.
Yeah,
but
dang. That must have been tough for you.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Some other stories from the NFL draft. I want to give a shout out to the 57th pick. An Iowa lineman named Logan Jones was drafted 57th overall. And as his reward for being 57th overall, Heinz 57 gave him a lifetime supply of ketchup.
The most important draft of all.
Like, what is the value of a lifetime supply of ketchup?
I feel like this would like almost
$2,000.
Like make me kind of like annoyed. I'd be like, okay, like I don't know.
That's an interesting question. Like, you're not gonna store all your ketchup at once. Let's go ketchup, he said after being selected.
That's like the only, like, what do you even say? Like,
let's go ketchup.
Yeah, let's go ketchup.
I mean, this is a good promotion by Heinz ketchup because like that's got to cost what, $10,000 over the next 40 years.
Why do you think he's gonna get $10,000 worth of ketchup?
How much do you think you spend on ketchup a year? What's your ketchup budget?
A bottle of ketchup is like what, $4? $5?
A bottle of Heinz 57 ketchup right now is $7. If you go through one bottle of ketchup a month, that's like $100 a year. Wait, yeah.
What are you talking about? $10,000.
All right, okay, fine. $10,000 at the most. Maybe he hosts big barbecues and he's very generous with his ketchup.
Okay, fine. If he's really,
maybe he finds recipes that he uses ketchup more with. I don't know. Maybe he likes ketchup a lot.
Maybe you're projecting. You're like, he has to spend that much in ketchup, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is like kind of a nice little treat, but like you're saving tens of dollars a year. Which,
$10,000.
You can't put a price on that. You actually can put a price on it, and it's nowhere close to $10,000.
No, nowhere close to it.
I like this clip that you shared. The guy that said, "Let's do it."
Did you see this?
Yeah. Play the clip.
This is so funny.
Hello?
Jalen, Nick Casario with the Texans. How you doing, bud?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Congratulations. We're going to turn and pick in. We're excited to have
Let's
you.
do it.
You're a good football
Let's
player.
do it.
So,
Let's do it.
yeah,
Let's do it.
I'm going to put you on.
Let's do it.
I'm going to put you on with
Let's
Coach
do
Ryan.
it.
Here's Coach Ryan.
All right. Let's do it. Mm-hmm.
Hey, James, congrats, man.
Hey, get the Texans hat. Get the Texans hat. Let's do it. Appreciate it, Coach. Appreciate it, Coach.
You get that Texans hat ready, man. We're fired up to have you.
All right, let's do it, Coach. Let's do it.
Let's do it. That was 12 times. That was last year, so no one did that this year. But
Oh, that was last year?
shout out to that guy for doing that last year. That's incredible. I love the draft. It's like, I love, like, you see the guys sitting at the thing. They have their whole family surrounding them. There's like their agents there. Like, the house is always like decorated like kind of tacky. This is a life-changing amount of money. Speaking of people that have never done their athletic thing before, we talked about the guy in the marathon. He's never ran a marathon before. The Eagles drafted a dude from Nigeria who has never played a single snap of football.
I'll say when you put this in our like shared document and I saw it, I was like, that's crazy. He's never played football. And then I watched this video and I was like,
I mean,
whoa.
He's 306 pounds. He looks like the fastest man.
I would also draft him. Like when all I need is this video, and I was like, he's gonna be just fine.
I will say, like, football is one of the sports where, like, I mean, football is can be a very complicated technical sport. If you put this guy in the right position and kind of just say, like, you just got to think about 3 things on this play.
Yeah,
he's gonna be able to figure it out.
Like, this is the most athletic person I've ever seen in my life. Like, he's just like
crazy. That's got to be so crushing. It's just like. The same thing with the marathon. A guy who's never done it before just gets drafted ahead of you.
No, but then I'd look at him and I'd be like, it's okay.
Fair enough.
Yes.
We'll take a chance on the most physically skilled person I've seen in my entire life.
Literally most athletic person I've seen. Yeah.
Let's wrap it up with our 5th story to bring up this week. The Michael Jackson movie was released. It has broken a record for most money ever made in a biopic, but it's getting horrible reviews.
Wow.
Which is honestly kind of how things go these days. It brought in $217 million globally, $97 million in the US, and $120 million internationally.
Wow.
Which is a pretty big deal. I mean, internationally, I could see the appeal of this because he's like a worldwide musician. Mm-hmm. The biggest controversy about this is that the movie basically ends at the time period when the allegations for him started around child molestation, child abuse, all these kind of crazy things. Making a movie about Michael Jackson and not addressing any of this feels a little like, why are we doing this?
Right.
And it's interesting because like my generation, probably your generation, when I was growing up though, it was kind of like if you wanted to like reference someone being a molester, you would just reference Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and that was kind of his legacy too. Like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's his legacy, for better or not. So basically in the early 2000s, I would say this was kind of his legacy, which, he denied it till he died. There's people that think he is innocent of this. And he could be innocent of this stuff, but to not acknowledge it at all it just feels a little weird. One of the reasons that they didn't include this was one of his victims had a clause that he couldn't be depicted in the movie. Okay. So they basically wrote this script and then the lawyers realized that one of the accusers, Jordan Chandler, had a clause in his settlement against Michael Jackson. So he sued Michael Jackson. He settled with the clause he could never be depicted in any future movie about Michael Jackson. So the lawyers unfortunately kind of like realized this after they had already finished the script and
so he
began production. They were like, oh shit, we can't actually do this.
So it was originally included.
I think it was originally included. But I think what's also complicated about this movie is Michael Jackson's nephew is playing Michael Jackson.
Right, and
he does look a lot like him.
He does look a lot like him.
They're not going to let it be depicted a certain way. It's kind of just a promotion for his music. Again, this is getting critically panned, A, because it's not really touching on his allegations, but B, just it's not like it's basically being described as like, it's not like an interesting movie. It's kind of a boring movie of this is his life and the songs that came out. It doesn't take an interesting angle on trying to explore him as a person. Critics have given it 38% tomato rating. Not good. Fans, 97%. That's a pretty big gap. Yeah. And a lot of that is, I'm assuming, Michael Jackson fans. You know, this has kind of sparked a discussion about the difference between critic rating and audience rating. I'm going to give 5 movies that I liked that have a really big gap in between critic rating and audience score, okay?
Ooh, okay.
Tommy Boy, 39% critic rating, 90% audience score. This is like, quoting this movie was basically 80% of my personality growing up. I fucking love it.
You and Strider have mentioned it a lot. Like,
I love
just in like
Tommy
random
Boy.
recording, you guys talk about Tommy Boy.
Grandma's Boy, 15% critic rating, 85% audience rating. That's a pretty big gap. I can see why critics wouldn't like it. It's like a really stupid comedy. Continuing that trend, Super Troopers, 36% critic rating, 90% audience rating. If you're seeing a trend here, a lot of this is like kind of dumb comedies. That critics are like, this movie is like not
ridiculous,
good. And audience is like, this movie's fucking hilarious. Here's 2 things though.
Yeah.
National Treasure, 36% critic rating, 76% audience rating. Are you a National Treasure head?
No.
This is like the only movie Nicolas Cage has ever remotely played like a normal person. And then the entire Fast and the Furious franchise, 29% versus 67%, 37% versus 69%. It kind of goes on and on. Each of these movies is like massive audience score, pretty bad critic score. Not every movie has to be good, you know?
Yeah.
Some movies are just bad and you can enjoy them.
So like an audience score, like, do you have to go out of your way and like rate it?
And yes.
Well, then of course.
Yeah,
like the critics have to do this. Like an audience score is like, I love that movie so much. I need to go
That's
on there
a good
and,
point.
say
Like
that I loved it.
You're not going to go out of your way. You're right.
I mean, you might go out of your way and say you hated it.
That's a good point. An audience score is either going to be really high or really low. I also want to give a quick shout out to the Ice Cube movie, War of the Worlds, that is still at a 0% Rotten Tomato rating.
Yeah, your favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. Those are our top 5 stories. Let's kick it over to our next segment.
Let's do it. We've got 2 headlines and a lie for us today. So I've got 2 headlines. You've got to guess which one is the lie. I really hope that you haven't heard these because it's hard to get things past you. The first one is the Blind Side actor.
Okay.
The guy from The Blind Side says he woke up from a coma and discovered that his wife was legally married to another man. That came out this week. Kendall Jenner was seen wearing a 22-karat diamond engagement ring, which sources say was given her by Jacob Elordi.
T-clock.
Lisa Rinna wore Hudson Williams' tuxedo from a recent music video called Mad Woman on the red carpet because she loved it so much.
Wow. Okay, that feels real to me because it's like, okay, cool. I'm not surprised that those two.
This isn't like big news for you?
What? This is news.
You were like not in the same like news realm that I am. Right. Like
that one feels real because yes, cool. I'm happy that they got to do that. It's not crazy. The first one with the blind side actor, it's like too perfect that it's like he has a blind spot for this situation. He was blindsided by this situation. That's too good. But I feel like that could be real. The 22K engagement ring, like we were talking about this Coachella, it was like 2 weeks ago. They were like spotted making out.
Wait, but you didn't see the other headline saying that reportedly they had been like talking for months?
Whoa.
You didn't see that?
No, I think this is a lie because if this was real, I would absolutely know about it.
Yeah, that's a lie. I definitely, like, as I was reading it right now, I was like, I think I went a little too extreme with my lie. Like,
engagement ring is wild.
Not a single part of that was like tame or mild at all. It was like 22 karat.
Okay, well, that's kind of crazy about the blind side actor.
Yeah, so he was in a coma for 4 days and he woke up and he learned that his wife was legally still in her past marriage, which she had told him that she had been divorced.
Got it.
For a really long time. So
she told him after he came out of the coma?
Yeah, because
she was like, I feel so bad if you die. Yeah.
No, because she realized that like she couldn't help with like the documents and stuff for what would happen with him when he was in a coma. And she realizes because their divorce wasn't finalized, wasn't legalized.
Damn.
So then after that, they separated.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a crazy couple. That's like a crazy 2-week span for him.
Poor guy.
He gets divorced and comaed.
The first comment says, well, I guess you could say he was blindsided.
It's right there.
And Lisa Rinna, wait, really quick. She wore it. She wore his, which you don't understand. You were like so underwhelmed by this. You don't understand how iconic this is in my culture.
I understand that it's iconic. I just don't think it's like crazy news. Like I'm not shocked about this.
Okay.
No offense.
No, it's fine.
I think you're great.
I'm a little offended, but
I'll try to care more about things that I don't care about. Is that a good compromise?
yeah, I sit here and I listen to you talk about sports all day long.
That is a big story. You're right.
Okay.
All right, let's do a quick following up on this. 2 big stories to touch on over in the clavicular corner. News broke over the weekend that Clavicular's girlfriend is pregnant. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually real, but this is a girl he's been dating for about 10 days. He's expecting his first child. So first off, happy he's not fertile, or probably he is fertile. I will say about this story, I was on a golf trip with my friends. You know, we're all in our mid-30s. About half of them have children. And I kind of was like, guys, holy shit. Like, non-ironically, I was like, Clavicular's girlfriend is pregnant. And they were like, what are you talking about? Like, is this one of your friends? Like, are these one of like your friends that you have on your podcast? I'm like, no, I would love to be friends with Clavicular. I don't think he actually got this girl pregnant. I think this is all for clips and views, but
100%.
Follow-up story of the week. The Summer House reunion audio was leaked. So they filmed the Summer House last week. Since then, a clip has been released from the reunion. Basically, it's kind of showing the cast sort of going after Amanda and Wes. I'm surprised that the person would leak it because it's like, what are you getting out of leaking it? It's just going to be aired in a few weeks anyways. To be fair, the reunion is not airing until May 26th, which means there's like another month of shit to continue to come out about the Summer House thing. Shout out Sierra. She's on Dancing with the Stars now.
Nice.
With her and your friend from Traders, Maura.
Rob? Oh, Maura. My friend.
Your friend, your favorite friend.
Of course.
She and Maura are on that, so shout out them. That should have been Amanda, but she fucked around. West also had nudes leaked of him.
Really?
Where it's like, we get it. The guy like, listen, he shouldn't have done what he did or whatever, but like, don't leak someone's private
Yeah,
nudes.
that's ridiculous. This guy
it's not that deep. I don't know if I can handle another month of conversation about this, but it's coming. Now I'm going to be tuning in for every second.
I know you can handle it. You love this.
I can actually handle it. All right, guys, we're going to kick it over to... Sorry, hold on one sec. Yep. I'm getting news in my headphone. There's a very serious developing story right now that Strider is going to be covering. Strider, please take it away.
Just heads up, chilling on the couch is still absolutely elite. When I got onto the couch, I sort of started in this position here, but very quickly transitioned into this position here, which not only shifted the energy of the world around me, but the world within me, leveling this up with a blanket, and perhaps even stepping up this couch experience to a nap or maybe even a comforting old film, or just highlights, honestly, whatever's on. So yeah, with everything going on out there, this is still happening here, and it's pretty sick, chilling on the couch.
That's breaking news to me.
I feel like that wasted my time a little bit.
No, I'm glad we interrupted the podcast for that. No,
Thank
we
you,
love
Strider.
That is breaking news to all of us. And guys, don't forget, you can just hang it on your couch. It's pretty sick, right?
Phew.
All right, wrapping up with our final segment, the awards. The awards of the week. Our first award, our first category, is the Instagram story of the week. Goes to Meg Thee Stallion, who revealed on her Instagram story that Klay Thompson has been cheating on her. I just love, by the way, that most news in the celebrity world is now broken via Instagram story.
I know.
Apparently, she was also cheating on him.
Okay, that was news to me from you this morning. I didn't know that. But all I knew was that she got cheated on, and I think that's really sad because she's gorgeous. And it's like,
she is
if
gorgeous.
she can get cheated on, it can happen to any of us.
It can happen to anyone. So guys, if you are being cheated on, actually, this might make you feel better because it's not about you. If someone is cheating on you, it's about them. It's not about you. Right?
True.
That's a little lesson for you. Okay, so don't blame yourself.
Yeah.
Our second award of the week, Black Mirror of the week, has got to go to this headline that I saw. A woman brought back her dead husband as a hologram to hold his own funeral Q&A. Do not do this to me when I die.
I don't like it.
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
And apparently a lot of the attendees at this funeral were not aware this was going to be happening. It was kind of like sprung on them. They were like,
I don't like it.
I don't like
Not
that.
at all.
Let the dead keep their secrets. We don't need to do a Q&A.
Yeah, let him rest.
Let
please.
the man rest. Entrepreneurial monks of the week. It's got to go to the 22 Buddhist monks that were arrested at the Sri Lankan airport after attempting to smuggle 250 pounds of weed. Shout out to them. Even monks need side hustles these days.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
My Uber driver was a monk the other day.
Interesting. Like he used to be a monk, or he was.
He like currently was.
I feel like that's not allowed.
I didn't really understand what was going on either.
Can a current monk?
I asked the same questions. And
what did he say?
He said, "Yes, I'm Ubering you right now."
True, but that doesn't really answer the question. You're like, I believe it.
He's like, stop asking questions.
I know you're Ubering.
I have 250 pounds of weed in my trunk.
All right, well, shout out the monks. I mean, monks got to eat too, bro. There's always like a story every couple months about like monks doing crazy shit, like having orgies or like hiring prostitutes or selling drugs. Like,
I feel bad. I feel like they're giving the actual monks a bad name.
Yeah, I think so too.
You always have some bad eggs.
But, yeah, not all monks. Final award of the week has got to go to Contest of the Week, and that is the 6th annual Seagull Shrieking Contest in Belgium, where competitors competed to see who could have the best seagull screech. Play some of these clips. It's pretty good. Yeah, these guys, no matter who won this year's competition, they cannot hold a candle to the 2024 winner, a 9-year-old boy named Cooper from Britain, who was bit by a seagull while eating a tuna fish sandwich and then became obsessed with seagulls and adopted a seagull boy persona.
That's cute.
It's kind of sweet. It is cute. It's basically Peter Parker, right? He got bit by a spider and became a spider.
Yeah.
This guy became a seagull. Guys, that's all the news that's fit to podcast this day. Have an incredible weekend. And as always, go Jets. I have a new Jets hat. Pretty cool.